legitimately have considered doing all three of these, like starting these three restaurants. If I had any excess money, because starting a restaurant's like,
it's expensive.
It's expensive and it's like really risky.
It's like the most likely to fail item of any business. Yeah.
And what's funny is it's one of those things that everybody kind of wants to start a restaurant. It's really appealing to a lot of people. It's like, oh, I wish I could just start a restaurant or something. But
even people that are not interested in cooking,
nothing,
food, even
totally.
But for some reason, starting a restaurant is almost an American dream.
For real, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm going to give you, Andre, 3 different Italian-themed business ideas. Mm-hmm. You are going to invest $1 million from Romeo Butters into 1, 2, or all 3, however you want to split it.
Or none.
Just
to
you will like
put it out there. I do not have to invest.
You have to invest. All right, idea number 1. This is an idea I had. You kind of touched on this, I think, a few episodes ago. Is
it Italian burritos?
It's gonna similar.
Because we talked about a fettuccine Alfredo burrito a couple episodes ago.
So this is a restaurant, and I actually think this would work really much better as a food truck, but it could be a restaurant as well. The thing about Italian food, Andre, is it's one of the few fast foods. It's one of the few Americanized foods that doesn't really have a way to get it via drive-through. Outside, I mean, you can get a pizza delivered, but like to get spaghetti or fettuccine or anything, it's like you have to go to a restaurant. Yeah. But most other food, tacos, like you can go through drive-through, burgers, all that stuff, right?
Chinese at this point?
Yeah.
Panda Express still?
Yeah, all of it. Sandwiches, everything. Mm-hmm. And it's strange to me because everyone loves pasta. Like it's like top 3. Italian food is like top 3 for most people on food, right? Mm-hmm. And the fast food chains, when it comes to, it's like pizza only, and then that's it, right? Like the only middle ground is something like Sbarro, which is trash, right? Mm-hmm. So this is a restaurant called Pago, just pasta to go.
Of course.
Now, the secret sauce to Pago is, think of like a wrap store, like a wrap joint. You are taking a piece of garlic bread and flattening it down similar to the width of a wrap.
Yeah.
So the taste and deliciousness of garlic bread, but smashed down into a wrap. So I go to Pago and I say, great, Andre, do you want spaghetti, fettuccine, or penne? And you say, well, I'm kind of feeling penne right now. Great. Do you want red sauce? Do you want pesto? Or do you want Alfredo? And you say, oh, I'm going to go red sauce today. Perfect. What about your protein? Do you want spicy sausage? Do you want meatballs? Do you want chicken?
Yeah.
You say, I'll go meatball. Great. Boom, boom, boom. They roll on up. They give you this thing that looks kind of like a hero, where it's like up the top.
It comes out the top.
It comes out the top. And you can kind of tear it away as you need to, right, Chipotle style. And you can eat it while you're driving. You can get it through a drive-through, right? I think as a food truck would work really well.
Yeah.
And the genius thing about a restaurant like Pago is, one, it's just noodles, which are cheap. You could pre-make tons of noodles. You
can roll in a billion pounds of noodles.
Pounds of noodles. It take no time to just like reheat and recook. Mm-hmm. You can have 2-3 vats of sauce that's like you've made for the week. Mm-hmm. And then really all you're doing is cooking your protein.
Yeah.
That's Pago.
Pago.
Okay, pasta to go.
Yep. Pasta to go. We're going to come back to all these.
Yep. Restaurant number 2. I think it'd be fun to call this restaurant Luigi Vampa's. Do you know the reference of Luigi Vampa?
I don't.
In the Count of Monte Cristo movie.
Hell. Okay.
Luigi Vampa is one of the pirate smugglers who the Count of Monte Cristo ends up with after he escapes from the prison. Anyway, it's called Luigi Vampa's. Luigi Vampa's is teppanyaki meets Italian food. So, one of the coolest things about the process of making Italian food is that you have this really interesting window for making pasta and then cooking it and then eating it, right? So, to make pasta, you get eggs and flour, right? And you knead it for 15 minutes, and then you have to let it sit for 15 minutes. And then you make your sauce, which takes about 10 minutes. And then actually when you're ready to you kind of run your pasta through a little thing, cuts it up, and then to cook it takes like 2 minutes. It's really quick.
Right.
So the idea is you come into Luigi Vampa's, and I'm a storyteller. And I imagine you're sitting at Benihana's or any teppanyaki place. There's 10 of us, right? And I say, Andre, back in the motherland of Sicily,
Really much like teppanyaki, where, I mean, teppanyaki is traditionally...
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah, there's there's so much culture in teppanyaki. And this would be much like that.
Much like that.
Yeah.
Much like the entrance of Olive Garden, not the rest of Olive Garden. Just the very entrance, you're like, wow, this is like...
I mean, basically what you should picture at Thieves is behind the counter, pan, whatever, is like an Italian grandpa or a grandma, you know?
Exactly. And what they're doing is, there's a few ways to do this, but I think like the people are part of it, where it's like, all right, here's your dough, and you're just gonna knead this for 15 minutes. And then once we're done, we're going to let it rest. And then I'm going to make my great-great-grandma's sauce.
And I'm going to talk about it.
I'm going to talk about it.
About tomatoes and sauce.
I'm going to have you cut the tomato while I do this. I'm going to flick it up in here. Right. Like it can be as, dramatic or whatever, right? You can make salads while you're doing it. You can make garlic bread. You can make bruschetta, right? And then at the end, everything comes together and you cook it all up and then you dish it out to everybody. And you could there's some ways to do it, just like teppanyaki, where it's like, all right, you have kind of three options, where it's like you get fettuccine, or you get ravioli, or you get spaghetti, and like those are the options, and you kind of just make it all right there, and it's like a date thing, right? So what's cool about this is that like really, if you wanted to pilot this, a couple could do this, and you're charging $40 a plate, just like teppanyaki does, and you go through this whole process. It's like you make reservations, and then you could build out this franchise. I think not too difficultly.
Yeah,
Luigi Vampas.
Got it.
All right,
coming back.
The last one, it's actually quite perfect that we brought some crumble cookies here, Andre, because it's stealing the crumble model.
Yes.
This is an establishment called Stixx, which is a breadstick delivery store. The idea is, just like crumble, if you're not familiar with crumble has these big, huge, ginormous cookies, and they have about 4 flavors you can choose from every week, and they just rotate out in and out every week. This would be similar, and part of what made crumble popular is like it's just like a small storefront. You can come in, get a box, and leave, or they deliver it to you at 11 at night or whenever you want them. So very similar in execution, but it's all breadsticks. So you have these, you'd say, oh man, it's 9 o'clock. I want some breadsticks. Yeah. And so in the same way you might crave for pizza, but you're like, I can't eat a whole pizza right now, but I could eat some breadsticks.
Yeah.
Right. So I go and I say, all right, there's the spinach. Artichoke breadsticks. There's the triple cheese. There's the pepperoni, and there's a dessert one. There's some Cinestick ones, right? And it rotates through. Like there's enough combinations of breadsticks, right? That you can come up with, and they're big, right? So it's like you could like eat half of it and leave it, and say eat some tomorrow morning or whatever, right? And you get the marinara cup, or you get the Alfredo cup, or the ranch cup, however you want to do it. And again, just like crumble, like it's literally taking that exact model. You have new flavors every month. You could slowly creep into other things, just like they're creeping into ice cream. You could creep into like a little simple pasta or a pizza or however you want to do it. But like, I would kill for a late night. Like right now, if I was like, man, some hot breadsticks delivered to where we're doing our podcast, sounds effing amazing. Stixx. So Pago.
Stix.
You can do 1X or 2X. I would probably just do 1X, but
yeah,
you could get away with 2.
Get away with 2.
Not 3 though. Definitely not 3.
Definitely not 3.
Unless you're in Vegas.
Do not do 3X.
Pago, Luigi Vampas, and Stixx. Andre, you've got the $1 million. Where are you going to spend it?
All right. For $500,000 into Pago, or $500,000 into, so you'll understand in a sec. $500,000 into Luigi Vampa. We're going to come back to why. $490,000 into Pago. $10,000 into Stixx.
Okay.
I don't have to invest in all 3, but I think like there's just enough of an idea in Stixx that I feel like I would go to an Italian restaurant that's like looking to diversify, and I would say, what if you had like an all-day breadsticks service? Like try some rotating breadsticks that you just deliver. It takes maybe $10,000 to spin that idea out and to see if it works. I don't know that there's something there, just because I could see myself craving Stixx, but I would probably just be more comfortable ordering them from an Italian place rather than like the breadstick place. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm willing to investigate.
Sure.
The other 2 ideas, however, are truly legendary. So I think, and especially, so I'm weighing on Pago. I think, again, I basically brought an idea to the podcast a couple weeks ago. I said, what if more things came in burrito form? We've definitely innovated on that.
For sure. Pago, for the thieves, just so you know, this is one of those, it's kind of like my blender idea. It was like one of the big ideas I had early on. I was like, I could do this. Yeah. Like if I could start this restaurant. I could go to a business and be like, hey, here's a bunch of samples of Pago. Like,
totally.
Like we'll get you food really quick. Anyway,
I get it. I'm all in on Pago completely. I think that's an amazing idea. I love that it's like Chipotle